In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, and may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon His last and beloved Messenger Muhammad, and may the peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. The title of this video is How to Illuminate, Light Up a Place from the Guidance of the Quran. So in this video I will show, brothers and sisters, how to illuminate a place in the optimal way by pondering upon the verses of the last revelation of Allah God to people, the Quran. And the optimal way for illumination, for lighting up a place, means the using the minimum amount of energy to cover maximum volume. Again, the optimal method for illumination means to use the minimum amount of energy to cover the maximum area or volume. So the example presented in this video is, as you can see on the screen, that we have a certain place that needed to be illuminated, and we will use electrical light bulbs to accomplish this task. So the question arises is that what is the best arrangement for these light bulbs to cover the maximum volume, the maximum area with minimum amount of energy? So the way people try to tackle this question and try to solve it is that they try different combinations and different arrangements, and they evaluate the result. And if the result is not good, then they change the arrangement and they try again. So it's like a trial and error approach. And this kind of approach is kind of it wastes so much time and energy and so much effort from a person, and it takes a lot of time to reach a good kind of result. So what I will present here, how to get the correct answer from the first time, and this is done by pondering upon the Quran, the guidance of Allah God to people. And this fact can be deduced from verse number 38 of chapter 6 of the Quran, which reads, the translation is the following: there is not a moving creature on earth, nor a bird that flies with its two wings, but are communities like you. Allah God has neglected nothing in the book, then unto their Lord they shall be gathered. So Allah states in this verse that He neglected nothing from the book, from the Quran, meaning that the Quran contains all the branches of knowledge, whether it's physics, engineering, jurisprudence, economics. The Quran contains everything in an optimal way. So, coming to the question, how to illuminate a place with light bulbs, knowing the best arrangement for these bulbs to cover maximum volume with minimum number of light bulbs, minimum energy. Now the answer can be known fully by pondering upon verse number 30 of chapter 21 of the Quran, which reads, have not those who disbelieve known that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one weaved fabric? Then Allah God tore them apart, and Allah God has made from water every living thing. Will they not then believe? So here Allah God Almighty in this verse, He states that He has made from water every living thing. And this means that Allah God Almighty designed everything and created everything with the same design of water. Now to understand this further, if we look at how Allah created water, we see that He arranged the atoms in water in a hexagonal pattern, that their arrangement produces a hexagonal shape having 6 sides. And since Allah created everything from with the same design of water, this means that if we look at matter and energy in creation, we need to see that they are based on this hexagonal shape. So as you can see on the screen, if we look at a beehive, we see that Allah created it with the hexagonal design, the same design of water. And this is an example on how Allah created matter on the base of the hexagonal shape. Now coming to energy, as you can see on the screen, these yellow dots, they represent light photons, the basic unit of energy in light. And as you can see, they are arranged in a hexagonal pattern as well. So we see how matter and energy in creation are all based on the design of water, as Allah says in the Quran, and Allah God has made from water every living thing. Now, is the relationship between this kind of explanation and the arrangement of light bulbs? Now, since Allah Almighty created energy like the light photons, He arranged them in hexagonal pattern. So we learn from this that the best arrangement for the light bulbs to illuminate a place is to arrange them in a hexagonal pattern. Once again, since Allah created energy and arranged the basic units of energy in a hexagonal pattern, this means that when you want to arrange light producing elements, you need to arrange them in a hexagonal pattern as well. So let's see how to apply this. Now, I want to compare the arrangement that so many people they adopt in this regard with the arrangement we learn from the Quran. So suppose that we arrange the light bulbs in a square pattern. As you can see on the screen, this is the arrangement so many people they adopt, they use, is to arrange the light bulbs in a square pattern. And you see immediately a disadvantage for this is that you see large areas with low illumination, with low light. As you can see, we have, and to explain this further, the circles, what they represent, these, like green circles. Now these circles, they represent the area that can be illuminated by the light bulb. Suppose that the light bulb can illuminate an area, a circle, having 40-meter diameter. So these circles, they represent the circle that can be illuminated by this light bulb. So coming back, we see that if we put them in a square arrangement, there are large areas with low illumination. This is a major disadvantage in lighting up a place, in providing illumination. Now comparing this with arranging light bulbs in a hexagonal pattern, and the basis for the hexagonal shape is a triangle. The triangle is the basis, the basic kind of unit for the hexagonal shape. So if we place the light bulbs in a triangle, an equilateral triangle, we see immediately an advantage for this is that we have small areas with low illumination. And this is a main advantage in providing light and illumination for a place. Now, so we see here the advantage and the superiority of the hexagonal shape compared to the other arrangements. Now taking this further, suppose that we have 7 light bulbs, and if we arrange these 7 light bulbs in a hexagonal pattern as the one you can see on the screen, and if we calculate the area, the illuminated area due to these light bulbs, which is represented by the red line, the approximate area is about 13,200 square meters. This is the approximate area that can be illuminated by 7 light bulbs arranged in a hexagonal pattern. Now if we compare this with the arrangement of these 7 light bulbs in a square pattern, which as I said is adopted by so many people, where the area becomes 11,200 square meters. In the case of the hexagonal pattern, we have 13,200. Here we have 11,200. So there is a 20% increase in the covered area when we use the same 7 light bulbs, but in hexagonal pattern. So we have the same number of light bulbs, but when we put them in hexagonal pattern, they cover 13,200 meters square. When we put them in a square pattern, they cover 11,200. So there's a 20% increase in area in the case of the hexagon. So we see the superiority of the knowledge of Allah from the Quran, and how we solve this question, the question of how to optimally illuminate a place, how we solve it from the Quran from the first time. There is no trial and error approach here. We solve the problem, we solve the question from the first time. And you can imagine the time a person can save, and the money and the effort, if he took the Quran as his book of reference, because Allah teaches you the correct answer from the first time. So please, brothers and sisters, let's show this to people, and in an effort that this knowledge will attract people to the Quran and would be a way for them to be guided to the path of Allah the Almighty. And please try to apply this practically. For example, in graduation projects in universities for students, or even in schools, to make this practical and show it to people, and Allah will give you the reward for the prophets for striving to make the way the Creator supreme. And to know more details about this topic, please visit my website at www.quran-miracle.com, and you can email me at zaidquran@yahoo.com, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all.